What is up, guys? Cody Owen back to talk to you on behalf of Lightspeed Social Agency. That is my company helping lawn care and landscaping business owners grow their business, work on their business, not in their business. And today we are going to be talking about something that I think is incredibly important. And it is one of the things that I see keep people, my friends in the industry, keeps them from growing and hitting that $1 million business mark. And what we're going to be talking about is a mindset shift that you have to make from thinking about your company versus thinking about your brand. And this is the thing that's very important. In the last video, we linked out to an interview I did with Jacob Godar talking about this exact concept. We're going to be deep diving very specifically into the marketing mindset that you have to make to shift from a company that's super scrappy to a business that is poised for long-term growth and health. I always want to present you with why the idea is important. What we're going to be talking about is building a funnel for your lawn care and landscaping company. We're going to be talking about this marketing idea of a funnel. And this is incredibly important. This is sort of bare bones marketing. Anytime you pick up a book, you're reading a Seth Godin book, or even what's that dude's name? Russell Brunson, the ClickFunnels guy. All of this is core to how marketing works. And we need to talk about it because you need to apply these basic principles to your business. The bottom line here is that having an intentional framework is almost always going to work better for your business than just sort of throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that it works, right? And we know that, but it's very easy to get into sort of thinking that a framework of how we've always done it is a well thought out framework, and it's not. It's an excuse for us to not work on our business and improve it. So that's what we're all about here on the LSA YouTube channel. It's working on that business, tightening it up, getting things set to the right specifications so that we are growing our businesses for the long term. Building out this landscaping funnel, and I will get into explaining what this looks like here in just a second, but building this out, I want you to hear the benefit of it. Building this out helps you focus on the weak points in your business. It helps you identify where you're losing potential customers so that you can seal those holes and get more quality leads further into your funnel, which is going to result in more quality clients for your business. The very first question I want you to think about in order to start forming this funnel for your business is, what is a good lead? What does a good lead look like for your business? Who is that? Think about your best clients, because that's who your best leads are, right? Is they all start as a lead, they become your best clients. So what do they have in common? What do your best clients have in common? In marketing, we call this kind of like finding your ideal customer, figuring out who they are. And once you have an idea of who they are, think about the commonalities they have. Do they all live in the same neighborhoods? Do they have the same interests? All of that sort of thing. We won't do a full ideal client walkthrough here. We can do that in another video if people are interested in that. But we want to think about what a good lead looks like for our company and where they come from. So we have the whole world, right, is out there. There's a whole, vast percentage of people in the world who have no idea who you are, who your company is, what you guys sell. And so there's a pool among everyone that are potential customers for you. These are people that live in your service area who are, homeowners or rent homes in your area. They are potential customers for the services you provide. Then we need to narrow down from there. When someone who is a potential customer for you goes from not knowing you exist to knowing you exist, how does that happen? And this is incredibly important because this is how they enter the top of our funnel. So you think about our funnel basically is going to have 3 stages people work through before they become a customer, right? So no one ever, unless they have a horrible experience, then they're never going to work with us and they're fully out of the funnel. Otherwise, anyone who becomes aware of your business is at some stage in that funnel. And so we need to figure out how people are coming into the top of the funnel. And that's the moment they pass from not knowing you exist to becoming aware of your business and at least 1 or 2 of the services that you provide. So some examples of how people would go from not knowing your business exists to knowing about you are they see your truck in the field. You've got a truck that's branded and they see it. They see employees in uniforms. They get a flyer on their door. They see guys working out in the field. Maybe it's someone you personally networked with. You do really, really big landscape lighting jobs, whatever it is. And so it's someone that you know, that you've met and you've talked to them about what you do, and that personal handshake is how they become aware of you. All of these are different avenues. Google AdWords is a potential avenue for someone to go from not knowing you exist to knowing you exist at exactly the right time, right? They're Google searching lawn care in my area and they're seeing your brand. Or Facebook page, maybe a relative of yours consistently shares the Facebook posts that your business makes, and that's how people in the area see you, or people who live several states away, depending on who's sharing your post. And then Facebook ads also are an excellent way for someone to become aware of your brand. So anything that gets them to move from not knowing you exist to knowing you exist is the moment that they enter your funnel. So what we want to think about here are, what are our untapped sources? What are places where people could gain awareness about my lawn care business that I'm not getting in front of people? I'm not making people aware of me, which in many cases can mean that a competitor is there and they are making people aware of them. Or arguably even the best case scenario for you is none of your competitors are tapping that source, and it's an excellent place to find clients. Think about those sources. How can people become aware that we exist? And this is an incredibly important mindset, because this is how you find new levers in your market to pull potential customers into your business. And then that move from the top of the funnel to the middle of the funnel, where they're starting to think about you, is when they engage with you. They're providing you some sort of indication that they care about the services that you provide. This is the moment where you go from unaware that they exist to aware that they exist. So we have at the top of the funnel, we have them becoming aware of you. Middle of funnel is that moment where you become aware of them. And this is where a lot of people miss potential customers. So this is emails coming in, asking you a question. This is a message to your Facebook page. This is liking a post. This is engaging with any sort of ad that you have. This is, when they try to call you. And so this is where a lot of people lose potential customers. They have all of these sources tapped. Those are the kind of things that entrepreneurs get really excited about. They go tap into, and then the follow through, the follow up to these potential customers is where we lose people. This is, I'm speaking 100% from personal experience here. The point of follow up is where we screw up and we drop the ball, because long-term processes are not things that usually come naturally to people who are risk takers and who follow, exciting ideas. The long-term follow through is where people like us sort of start to fall off the wagon. So you have to be thinking about what points of contact are we neglecting? What holes can we patch here? Are we not responding to voicemails? Are we not answering the phone? Like, I would tell you, if people are going to voicemail, that's a huge problem. We need to be answering the phone. And that might look like hiring a call service like Pink Callers or Call Boss. That might look like hiring someone to be in the office to answer the phone. And with the kind of VoIP systems that you can set up now, there's no excuse to not have some sort of assistant who's always answering the phone. You can route that call directly to their house. I know that even, 10, 15 years ago, guys were doing this and it seemed cutting edge. But having, hiring someone that that needs work, who's like a stay-at-home mom, who can answer the phone, that is powerful for your business. Your competitors are letting calls go to voicemail and they're calling people back and they're playing phone tag. If you can answer the phone and get on the ball and respond to people when they're in the middle of the funnel, you're going to be moving them to the bottom of the funnel much more quickly. You're going to be closing those deals. So look for those holes. Figure out, what ways do people raise their hand and tell me that they care about what I'm providing that I am not responding to? That is an incredibly important point in the funnel to be looking at. It is the number one way that you lose leads. A big thing that I don't think a lot of lawn care businesses think about is that there are a lot of nearly anonymous ways that people move into the middle of the funnel. And this is mostly digital, where someone raises their hand by liking a post, and clicking on an ad and not fully converting. all of those things, you need to be retargeting based on them. If someone touches one of your ads on Facebook or Instagram, you need to be the only thing they see for the next 3 days. If someone clicks one of your AdWords ads, that's an expensive click. You're paying $5, $6, $7 a click for AdWords ads. You need to know that there's some form of follow-up for these people. They hit your website and then you are on them. You are following them. You are making sure that you get them to fully engage. So that's the sort of tricky area where you might feel like, well, I'm not actually aware of them, but you should be. You should be aware of them. You should be tracking that. You should be having some form of follow-up, whether it's Facebook ads that work off the pixel on your website, AdWords ads working off of Google's cookies, whatever you've got in there, you need to be coming back after these people, getting back in front of them, because they are telling you, I am interested, and for whatever reason, I clicked off. And that point where they gave up is a hole, right? So if you can look at the analytics of your website and see that people are hitting your homepage consistently and they're getting out, they're like, oh no, never mind, I don't want to work with these guys. They're telling you something's wrong. There is a hole here in the funnel that they are escaping through, and you need to find it and fix it. And that might look like hiring someone to redo your website. That's a thing that we can look at if you need that. It might be that your website might work perfectly. It might mechanically be fine, but the copy on your website might have been written by a web developer who doesn't have any experience writing sales copy, right? So there's all these sorts of holes that you need to find. Maybe you need a more targeted landing page that when people come in from an ad, they're not just dumped onto a homepage where they're not sure what to do. Maybe they need to hit a landing page that has real quick, like, these are the reasons you should work with us. These are the services we provide. Fill this information out and we will give you a call. We will send you an email with a quote, as quickly as humanly possible. So find these holes in the middle of the funnel. When someone goes from they've engaged with you in some way, they're requesting a quote, that is when they move into the bottom of the funnel. That is the act of, now we're both aware of each other and you're saying you maybe want to do business with us. This is another huge opportunity for entrepreneurs who are very idea and goldfish brained, just like me, to pursue the next cool idea and not follow through on processes. This is when we lose out on potential new customers, people that we could do business with, we could make a difference for them, make their home a better place to be, make their business better, if you're like me working with businesses. So we need to look for holes in the bottom of the funnel. And this could be, maybe they can't afford you. And that's a hole in your funnel, right? But it might be the right hole. It might be the place where you need to let people fall out. You can't do work where you lose money, and that's totally understandable. So if that's the hole in the bottom of the funnel, that's fine. The other hole in the bottom of the funnel is they convert, right? So that's great. We want them to work with us. But we have to look there at are we dropping the ball? Are we taking 5 days to get a quote out to people and they're asking other companies for quotes and they're getting it faster and they're going with them, right? So look for these holes, look for the places where you're losing business. Is it every time you get on the phone with a customer, you're out working with equipment and it's loud and they can't understand half the things you're saying and that's why you're losing bids? Look for the commonality among lost bids. Look where people are falling out of this funnel and hammer them. Figure out what you can do to close that funnel, get it tighter. If it's a timeline issue, if you feel like you're taking too long, what can you do to address that? And that might look like hiring a VA. That might look like working with a company that can get these quotes out faster for you. And that might mean you have to build a process for pricing. If you're the only person in your business that can do pricing, that's not a thing I can help you with. You don't want me pricing your jobs. But if you need to figure out that system. And during the off season is the perfect time to figure those things out, to look over past bids, look at job costing data if you have that, figure out which jobs, did we quote well, which ones did we screw up, what was the problem, and work out a system so that somebody else can price, so that if you have to be in the field, somebody else can be on the phone. The last idea I want you to think about with the funnel for your lawn care and landscaping business is that when people come out the bottom of the funnel, when they convert, when they become a customer, we need to immediately think about what is the next funnel? Where are they falling after that? And this is a level up moment for your business and for you as a business owner, is to start thinking about, okay, once we have sold someone one thing, it is much, much easier to sell them the next thing, especially when we do a good job on the thing they initially hired us for. So if this is, a smaller scale project, we need to think about what's a bigger scale project we can sell to this customer. And this isn't necessarily like this specific customer, but as people come in for this kind of service, what are the other opportunities we have to increase our profitability with this one client? So think about that. Think about the next funnel that they're falling into. So if you're regular maintenance, but you have weed and fert, bam, after their first visit, you need to drop them into some sort of email automation there, or having someone from the office reach out to be like, hey, weeds are about to start springing up. It's the right time to fertilize your lawn. It's the right time to aerate. Whatever it is, always be thinking about those opportunities to sell back into your list, because that is incredibly important. Remembering that your clients are not one and done. You can figure out ways to increase that profitability with a lead you already paid for, with a customer you already paid to acquire. Have free ways of reaching out to them, or really cheap ways in the case of like using Facebook ads to target your list with a seasonal upsell. Think about those things. Think about people re-entering the funnel. And it's a whole system of funnels throughout your business that you have all sorts of people in at various stages. So anytime you have an opportunity to reflect on a seasonal upsell, think about it in those terms. When did the person become aware of this offer, that we offer this service? We do fall cleanups. They became aware of it, so they're in the middle of the funnel. In what ways can someone raise their hand and tell us they're interested in this? And then in what ways can we get them to tell us that they're maybe interested in this service to hit that bottom of the funnel? And then what can we do to win their business as long as it's at the right price at the bottom of the funnel? So this is the key way to break down all of the marketing processes in your business and refine them and make them work better for your business. Finally, what I want to challenge you to do is we have a worksheet on our website. So there's a link down below where you can go grab it. It is a funnel worksheet. So very simple, just has some questions to help you think through this, fill this out, just some content from the video just now that you saw to help you break down, okay, what does our general marketing funnel look like? And you can reuse this for each of those smaller funnels in your business. But the key thing to start with is our general customer flow. What does it look like? Where are the holes? What can we do to patch them? This is how you find the weak points in the marketing side of your business and seal them up to get more customers, better customers, and more profitable jobs. So think about all of those things. If you identified a hole in your funnel by thinking about this video, please leave it in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe if this is the kind of content that you need to help you grow your lawn care and landscaping business. I will see you guys next time.